So we could talk more about the use of methods here. Suffice it to say that they'll shield you from a lot of detail and give you great flexibility. Like here's a method that computes for a specified age, sex, and ethnicity. It asks what is the fertility rate to assume for that age, sex, ethnicity combination. Maybe you can help me figure out what does this code actually do. So what's given to me is the age, the sex, and the ethnicity of the person. So what does this code currently do? How many of those does it really? Oh, you know what? Oh, this is it. Oh man, this should really be. Yeah, this should be age there. Another. Oh gosh, sorry. Oh man. Now I'm in bad shape. Okay. Fertility rate, age, sex, ethnicity, and I want to look at general here. Just want to make sure my impression that it's passing age. Okay. So what which of the properties does it currently pay attention to? Sex and age. And so what's the sort of general rule here? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. And exactly. That's the rule. And you know, if I really want to be careful about it, these things are automatically so-called promoted to doubles. This returns a, well, what do you think it returns? It returns a double precision value. And this is an example fertility rate. Now, if in the future I wanted to use a much more sophisticated way of doing this, looking it up in a table of empirical data, or refining sort of the age-specific fertility rate within you know, the reproductive years, I could very easily do that. I just have to change it one place here, and right now this is just abstracted. In other words, it's encapsulated. In other words, it's sort of someone who uses this doesn't have to worry about how it's done. It could be as complex or as simple as possible. They just call this function and then it's done. Does that make sense? Okay. Show you another thing that you should be aware of, and then we'll get into the whole issue of subclassing. Watch this. If you go and you, I told you that these names are not in conformance. They don't conform with Java convention. I have capital letters, so I'll put a lowercase letter here. Okay. Now, it turns out that when you do this, you could see it says press Control-Enter to reform refactoring. You may see this occasionally. What this is telling you is if you change this name, there may be many places that depend on it. And if you want, you can press Control-Enter. It will try to go find all those places and change the name in accordance with what you've done. So this is telling you, oh, right now it's calling it from here in this rate, and it wants to change it to that. And you can say, okay. Okay. And I should highlight for you that within AnyLogic, there's very useful find mechanisms for search and replace that will allow you to find all uses. Let's look where mother, for example, is used within this model. We come for mother, and it will go systematically search through this. Actually, in this case, it searches through different models. It will tell us, for example, in this, you know, it's used in all these different methods. Here, it's used in these parameters. In main, it's used in these parameters here, etc. You know, there is some fairly sophisticated search capabilities here.